So I just want to talk to you about, I have went to therapy for quite some time, and every therapist, I had several therapists because it takes time, right? It takes time to find the right therapist, but every therapist that I had, they told me to get a journal and write in it. And so I tried to write in a journal. I just couldn't do it. I was so inconsistent. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't make sense of it. I didn't know what to write. I didn't know how to write it. And so every therapist I got to get a journal, write in a journal. And I would buy different journals until I finally found one that I absolutely love and that I'm able to consistently write in every single day, with my thoughts and feelings, ideas, things that are going on, triggers, how am I, what's going on emotionally. But you have to find the perfect journal for you. So what's perfect for me may not be perfect for you. And so I invite you to just think about experimenting with different journals, going to stores that sell journals, Target, Marshall, Ross, Walmart, Amazon has a ton of them, Barnes and Noble, any bookstore. Just go to different places and look for journals and see what you like. But I know that writing in a journal every single day or consistently, whatever that looks like for you, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, will change your life. It will help you so much to just process life, to process what's going on. I like to use it as well for reflections, like what did I learn from this day? What did this day teach me? What did this person I met try to teach me? What was the purpose of our meeting? And so I like to keep track of stories that are happening, in my life. What do they mean? What did I learn from them? Things that I'll share, later. I like to write down things that are happening, hurts, tragedies, things that are, going on that I have no control over. Things, grieving, if I'm grieving, relatives passing or whatever. I like to write it in my journal, but everything's in my journal. What I'm grateful for, my goals, scriptures, things that I'm meditating on, scriptures I'm meditating on. Whatever it is, I put everything in my journal. So I've kind of tweaked it some, and I'll talk about that in another video about how I decided to separate the journals because certain things are just journals. It's just, what happened today, what made me upset, what made me angry, things that just happened, things that I need to write down a process, but things that I don't want to go back and relive, things that I don't want anybody else to see. They're just my thoughts and my opinions and, what's happening in my life. And then there's parts of my journal that I do want to keep up with. I do want to have, if I, wrote down notes from a sermon or scriptures or things I want to meditate on, my prayer requests, for things that I'm praying about, I want to have those where I can keep those so I can consistently go back to those. So I've kind of decided lately to, have 2 separate journals, and I'll talk about that, like I said. But just think about what works for you. The important thing is to just journal, and you can look behind me, you can see that for a long time everything went into one journal. So from the brown to the black, you can see above my head, I just journal. Everything went into one journal, and it's important to just get it all down. It doesn't have to have any special techniques. So what I typically do is have on a journal page the date. I'll put journal because I know that I don't want anybody else to read that, and I know I don't want to go back and read that. But I have journal, the date, where I am, and the time. So that's important to me. The date and time is important to me. And then I just journal whatever it is going on. I just do a complete brain dump. Things that I'm worried about, things that, just whatever's happening. And I started doing the same thing at night. So it's important that you just get the stuff out. If you have a disagreement with somebody, you need to talk to them, or they just upset you, you can just journal about it. So you have your own process. There's no right or wrong way. The important thing is to write things down. What you're dealing with, write things down. If you feel like you're, had too many bad days in a row, write about it. I believe in, if you have a bad day, write about it that day. But just think about experimenting with different journals. There's line ones, there's dot ones, there's all number pages. There's all different types of journals. And so just flip through them. Go to the stores that sell them. Flip through them. See what you like. See what your preference is. I have a very specific preference. Typically, if I get something else, I don't write in it. I'm not consistent. I'll write in it, but I'm not consistent. But just experiment with what you like. The color, if you want hard leather or a soft cover. But there's all different types of journals. But just make a commitment to journal, whatever that looks like. 1 day a week, 2 days a week. It will help you. If you do it every day, it will really help. You'll really see drastic changes in your life. But just think about journaling, adopting a method where you're journaling every day or consistently.